In today's show, Bitcoin price returns above $47,000 as the crypto markets shrug off the Binance KYC news. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis, and as crypto analyst Mikhail Van Pop shares, higher time frame shows that Bitcoin holds the support here too. This invalidates the bearish divergence and opens up the gate towards $55,000 to $58,000. And he also reiterates his peak high bull cycle predictions of Bitcoin between 350 and 450,000 and Ethereum between 10,000 and $17,500. Also in today's show, breaking news, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager who controls over $9 trillion in assets under management, their ETFs now hold $384 million of shares in Bitcoin mining firms. Also more breaking news, Cade Cunningham, the first overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, is being paid 100% of his signing bonus in Bitcoin, and he even adopted the Bitcoin laser eyes here on his Twitter profile. Also in today's show, more breaking news, Wells Fargo and JP Morgan both file for passive Bitcoin funds for their wealthy clients. That's right, and though initially anticipated to be actively managed, both funds were registered as passive, and notably both banks are partnering with NYDIG on the offerings. Also in today's show, Peter Schiff, the notorious Bitcoin troll, admits that the Bitcoin price can reach $100,000 but remains a non-believer. That's right, this guy right here, Schiff, regrets not buying Bitcoin as it can go to $100,000 or even $1 million per BTC. Quoting him right here, clearly I wish I had bought Bitcoin when I first heard about it. That was a keen mistake. Could I have put $100,000 in it? Yeah, I could have. I put $100,000 in other things that turned out poorly. I could have been one of the Bitcoin billionaires now, as obviously I knew about it early on, and if I could go back in time, that's one of the things I would do, and even further admits that it's entirely possible that it can go as high as $100,000 or even $1 million per Bitcoin. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the major altcoins are currently breaking out and in the green. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. And as you can see, we surpassed 47,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 50,000. Light speed along with the Bitcoin price. To help support the show, smash the subscribe button right below this video in the description and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, BlockFi, the leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. Here's where you can put your crypto to work and earn up to a 7.5% APY with a BlockFi interest account. And their new flagship product is this BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can start earning 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all your purchases within your first 90 days, then 1.5% back thereafter. To take advantage of this special offer, as well as receive up to a $250 crypto bonus with a deposit of $100 or more, go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below, and let's start stacking those sats. Shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. How's it going, crypto fam? Holla at your boy in the live chat right down below. The entire market is pumping and in the green. Exciting times. Let's break down our first story of the day. Bitcoin abruptly exited lower levels to challenge firm resistance this morning on Friday and further inspiration for the bulls. As you can see here in the Bitcoin 1 hour chart, looking bullish as a mofo as Bitcoin coils up beneath a major sell wall. That's right, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin hitting local highs of 47,400 on Bitstamp overnight on Thursday, and the pair had received the welcome boost from news of a Bitcoin fund launch from Wells Fargo, which fueled 24-hour gains of over 5%, which I'll be breaking down in greater detail later in the show. Now, Bitcoin was primed to challenge established resistance levels at $47,000 and higher, these nonetheless keeping the bulls in check at the time of this recording. And for popular crypto trader Rec Capital, a key support area to watch was now broader between 44,000 and 46,500. As he shares here on crypto Twitter, Bitcoin successfully daily closed above the orange, which has led the price to immediate resistance at the lower high in the black. Bitcoin could get rejected from here, even if just for a small dip to retest the top of the orange area as support, as you can see right here in this chart, as the subsequent dip below 47,000 did not last long, with momentum still in evidence as the $48,000 sell wall loomed. Also, Bitcoin was unimpacted by the news that major exchange Binance would enforce identification measures of all users beginning in September. Also, the strength of the US dollar, traditionally a problematic event for the short-term price action, also failed to dampen the enthusiasm. As CryptoEd points out right here, Bitcoin is surprisingly strong while the US dollar currency index is ripping higher. DXY pulled back and is now going for the red box. Perfectly explained in that thread. Real Bitcoin strength should kick in if the dollar currency index completes its corrective bounce and reverses. So there you have it. And in the altcoin news, Cardano outshines the top 10 alts. Similar strength was observed as a knock-on effect for alts, with Cardano once again returning to outshine the market heavyweight Ethereum. The latter nonetheless achieved daily gains above 6%, while Cardano was up 18% at the time of recording and climbing above $2.50. Now XRP and Polkadot both manage 10% returns as well. And right here you're looking at the Cardano 1 hour candle chart as the crypto market cap climbs back above $2 trillion, and checking out the latest from crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Poppe regarding Bitcoin. Higher time frame shows that Bitcoin holds the support here too. This invalidates the bearish divergence and opens up the gate towards $55,000 to $58,000. And regarding his peak high bull cycle predictions, he says we are on the way with Cardano now that it's trading above $2.50, and for Bitcoin he predicts between $350,000 and $450,000, Ethereum between $10,000 and $17,500, Polkadot between $250 and $350, Chainlink also between $250 and $350, Cardano between $10 and $20, Zilliqa between $5 and $7, Elrond between $500 and $1,000, and DIA between $50 and $75. Let's go. Now let me know if you agree with his peak high bull cycle predictions for Bitcoin to rise to $350,000 to $450,000 for this cycle peak means Bitcoin has another 7 to 9x, and for Ethereum to reach between $10 and $17,500, that would mean Ethereum would 3 to 5x for this cycle peak. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. Now breaking news, Cade Cunningham, the first overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, has signed an exclusive multi-year partnership with crypto company BlockFi, who's the sponsor of the show, so shout out to BlockFi. And as part of the deal, Cunningham is being paid 100% of his signing bonus in Bitcoin. That's right, and he even adopted the laser eyes in his profile here on crypto Twitter. Which professional athletes do you think will be next to get paid in Bitcoin? Let me know in the live chat right down below. And before I break down our next breaking story of the day, BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, their ETFs now hold 384 million of shares in Bitcoin mining firms, as well as more breaking news of Wells Fargo and JP Morgan both filing for passive Bitcoin funds, as well as Peter Schiff admits that the Bitcoin price can reach $100,000 or even $1 million. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, everything is currently breaking out and in the green. It's a beautiful thing, with Bitcoin up almost 6% for the day, trading back above 47,000. We have Ether up almost 8%, trading above $3,200. Chainlink up 12%, trading just under $28. Cardano up 20.5%, trading at about $2.50. Polkadot up 19%, trading above $28. And XRP up 12%, trading at $1.24. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Filing submitted by the $9 trillion multinational investment manager, BlackRock, revealed that the firm has made significant investments in 2 leading publicly traded Bitcoin mining firms. A June 30 filing submitted to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, unearthed by Forbes, shows that BlackRock owns a 6.71% stake in Marathon Digital Holdings and 6.61% of Riot Blockchain. Now check this out. In total, the investments are valued at nearly $384 million, with BlackRock having purchased nearly $207 million worth of Marathon and $176 million worth of Riot. And according to ETF.com, BlackRock's iShares Russell 2000 ETF holds more shares in Marathon and Riot than any other ETF, while iShares Russell 2000 Value ETF ranks 3rd on the same measure. Now, the investments are not BlackRock's first in the digital asset sector, with the firm filing an application with the SEC in January for 2 of its funds to purchase cash-settled Bitcoin futures contracts before revealing in April that its BlackRock Global Allocation Fund had bought 37 Bitcoin futures contracts from the CME. Now, with few products offering institutional investors regulated exposure to the crypto markets in the U.S., Bitcoin mining stocks have become an increasingly popular investment in recent years. And while Bitcoin is up roughly 288% over the past 12 months, Marathon stock has surged 754%, and Riot has gained 848%. Fidelity Group and Vanguard Group among the large firms obtaining significant exposure to the Bitcoin mining sector in recent months. Vanguard's total stock market ETF and information technology ETF rank as 4th and 5th largest funds by Riot Holdings, while the firm's small cap ETF and small cap growth ETF are the fourth and fifth largest ETF holders of Mara shares, according to ETF.com. So there you have it. Let the massive Bitcoin adoption continue. And before I break down our next story of the day, Wells Fargo and JP Morgan both file for passive Bitcoin funds, as well as Peter Schiff, the notorious Bitcoin troll, admits that the Bitcoin price can reach $100,000 or even $1 million per BTC. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting back above $2 trillion with $113 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current Bitcoin dominance is 43.4%, with the Ether dominance at 18.5%. And checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Cardano leading the pack, up over 20% for the day, trading at $2.50. The Graph up 18%, trading at $1.05, and Polkadot up about 19%, trading at $28.25. Now, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on during this bull run? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now, checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 70 out of 100 in greed, the same as yesterday and last week. And last month was the polar opposite, rated a 10 in extreme fear, which is as low as I've seen it in a very long time. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Wells Fargo, one of the oldest banks in the U.S., has registered a new pooled investment fund that offers its wealthy clients indirect exposure to the king of all crypto. Wells Fargo's filing of a notice exempt offering of securities, also known as a Form D, with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, reveals that the fund is called FSNYDIG, Bitcoin Fund I, reflecting the fact that it is being incorporated as a limited partnership with investment services company NYDIG, an alternative asset manager, FS Investments. The notice indicates that Wells Fargo's clearing services will receive placement and servicing fees for all clients. It refers to the fund. It also shows that the fund's first sale is yet to occur and that Wells Fargo expects the offering to last more than 1 year. NYDIG, or New York Digital Investment Group, is owned by Stone Ridge Asset Management, which has pursued a Bitcoin-focused investment strategy through indirect exposure and making direct Bitcoin purchases via NYDIG. NYDIG has also partnered with JP Morgan Chase on a new Bitcoin fund this summer, one of the mega bank's 6 crypto funds, through which it has been offering crypto exposure to various clients. What makes this also very interesting, we all remember JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon back in the day calling Bitcoin a fraud and even threatening to fire any of his employees for buying Bitcoin. Now check this out. Wells Fargo's pivot to crypto reflects the asset class's growing popularity on Wall Street. You could say that again, drawing in the likes of Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, JP Morgan Chase, and Morgan Stanley. And I remember purchasing my first Bitcoins using a Wells Fargo bank, and I remember them giving me such a hard time to use my own money to purchase BTC. But hey, times sure have changed. This May, Daryl Cronk, president of Wells Fargo Investment Institute, told reporters that the institution now judges that the crypto space has hit an evolution and maturation of its development that allows it to now be a viable investment asset. And Wells Fargo has since begun offering exposure to its high net worth clients. And keep this in mind, as little as 9 months ago, December of 2020, the head of the real asset strategy at the Institute has suggested it had very little interest in crypto. So there you have it. If you can't beat them, join them, right? And before I break down our final story of the day, Peter Schiff, the notorious Bitcoin troll, predicts Bitcoin can reach $100,000 or even as high as $1 million per BTC. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 890 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button and help me get to 50,000 subs. Also smash that bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. You can also follow me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes and Google Play. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter. My Twitter handle is Crypto News. Yes, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Telegram, and TikTok, so be sure to follow me there. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. In a somewhat surprising turn of events, the full-time Bitcoin troll, Peter Schiff, acknowledged that Bitcoin's price could have another impressive leg up by reaching $100,000. In a recent interview with Coin Stories, the Gold Bug also touched upon his regrets about the cryptocurrency, but ultimately remained as bearish as he ever was. Peter Schiff is known for many things, for calling the 2008 financial crisis to supporting gold on every occasion, but he's famous within the crypto community, as we all know, as the ultimate basher of BTC, as he takes every opportunity to take a stab at Bitcoin as well as the altcoins. And while speaking with Natalie Brunell of Coin Stories, the gold bug didn't shy away from repeating his negative stance on BTC. For example, he refuted the belief that the asset will ever be employed as a means of payment by the mass population. I guess you're not familiar with Strike and Lightning Network, huh, Peter Schiff, which is Bitcoin's ultimate goal, according to the white paper. And after referring to AMC's Entertainment's recent decision to accept Bitcoin payments later this year, Schiff argued that even Bitcoin proponents like Anthony Pompliano don't believe anyone would ever want to spend their holdings for tickets or popcorn. And additionally, the economist said no landlord will decide to accept Bitcoin for rent, as its price goes up and down with massive proportions. As such, he believes Bitcoin's only merit is for people to speculate on it. What about banking the unbanked, dude? Instead, gold could have multiple purposes, he says, for being used for medals on Olympic Games to electronics and even in space. Its historical usage as a means of payment is another benefit that differentiates it from Bitcoin, Schiff argued. Now for the entertaining part of this story, Schiff regrets not buying Bitcoin, as it can go to $100,000 or even $1 million per BTC. That's right, despite all the negative stuff that Schiff has said about Bitcoin, which he does on the regular on crypto Twitter, he couldn't dispute the fact that the cryptocurrency has indeed been amongst the best performers in terms of US dollar price since its existence. In fact, it provided an ROI of 8.9 million% last decade and trumped the precious metal by a massive margin. You can say that again. And keeping this in mind, the economist somewhat reluctantly had to admit that he should have bought some portions of the asset when he first heard about it in 2011. Thanks to Max Kaiser. You should have listened to Max and Stacy. And on a question about his financial regrets, Peter Schiff shared the following: "Clearly, I wish I had bought Bitcoin when I first heard about it. That was a keen mistake. Could I have put $100,000 in it? Yeah, I could have. I mean, I put $100,000 into other things that turned out poorly. I could have been one of the Bitcoin billionaires now, as obviously I knew about it early on. If I could go back in time, that's one of the things I would do." Finally, he admits it. About time, right? Furthermore, Schiff also spoke about Bitcoin's potential price increases. He admitted that it's entirely possible that it can go as high as $100,000 or even $1 million per BTC. However, he made it clear that the expanded price tag doesn't mean that Bitcoin is less of a bubble. In fact, he asserted that Bitcoin could become such an enormous bubble that would replace the term Ponzi scheme. So there you have it, coming directly from the notorious Bitcoin troll himself, Peter Schiff, finally admitting that Bitcoin can go as high as $100,000 or even $1 million per BTC. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the live chat right down below. Personally, my prediction is a $1 million Bitcoin price by 2025. As we all know, the next halving is in 2024, and the year following the halving is when the market goes absolutely parabolic, like we're about to witness this year. Now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show: Bitcoin price returns back above $47,000. And as Mikhail Van de Pot reiterates, peak high bull cycle predictions: Bitcoin between 350 and 450,000, with Ether between 10,000 and 17,500. Also shared breaking news of Cade Cunningham getting paid 100% of his signing bonus in Bitcoin, as well as more breaking news that BlackRock ETFs now hold $384 million of shares in Bitcoin mining firms, as well as more breaking news of Wells Fargo and JP Morgan both filing for passive Bitcoin funds, as well as Peter Schiff finally admitting that the Bitcoin price can reach 100,000 or even seven figures. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode. Pokeyman wrote, "Hi JV, I have a question. I am with Max all the way to $220,000, but what next do we do? Much talk about a 90% crash after that. It would break my heart and bank if I was still in BTC. My thoughts are to take $100,000 out per coin and buy the dip. All about timing, but I am sure you will give us the heads up. Great show full of information and your intelligent insights. I appreciate the continued support, Pokemon." And that's a great question. I don't think there's any right or wrong strategy. Just do what is best for you. Now this next comment comes from Dr. Dano, who wrote, "Always a great show, JV. You should have 500,000 followers." And I wrote, "Thanks, Doc. Looking forward to that 10x along with the Bitcoin price. Let's freaking go." And the third and final comment comes from Rave Elevator, who wrote, "Best crypto news show for a busy life. Thanks, JV. I appreciate your continued support, Rave, and for an opportunity to be featured on tomorrow's episode, be sure to drop me a comment right down below." Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and help me get to 50,000 subs along with the Bitcoin price. And don't forget to smash my referral link in the description right down below to claim your BlockFi Bitcoin rewards, Visa credit cards, so you can start earning 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all your purchases. Let's start stacking those sats, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.